Part 5. The Defiling of Dinah. Shechem, the son of Hamor the Hivite, the prince of the land, saw her, and he seized her, and he lay with her, and he humiliated her. He loved Dinah. Hamor and Shechem are deceitfully offered peace. They make their men get circumcised. The men who left the city gates, will not their livestock, their property, and all their beasts be ours? Only let us agree with them, and they will dwell with us. Third day, Jacob, Simon, and Levi attack the city, kill all the males, capture all their wealth, kids, the women. Then Jacob said to Simon and Levi, "You have brought trouble on me by making me stink to the inhabitants of the land, the Canaanites and the Perizzites." God blesses and renames Jacob. God said to Jacob, "Arise, go up to Bethel and dwell there. Make an altar like the Esau one." Jacob hides all his family foreign gods. The earrings under Tabernath tree near Shechem. As they journeyed, a terror of God fell upon the cities for protection. Rebekah's nurse Deborah dies. Jacob names the place God speak to him Bethel. Death of Rachel and Isaac. Rachel has the 13th child named Benjamin. Rachel dies in childbirth of Benjamin. While Israel lived in that land, Reuben went and lay with Bilhah, his father's concubine, and Israel heard of it. Israel had 12 boys and 1 girl. The kids from Leah were Reuben, Simon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, and Zebulun, and Dinah, the girl. Rachel, she had Joseph and Benjamin. Bilhah had Dan and Naphtali, and Zilpah had Gad and Asher. Isaac dies at the age of 180 years. Esau's descendants. These are the generations of Esau, that is Edom, about all his wife and children, kings and chiefs. Okay. Joseph's dream. Joseph being 17 years old, Israel makes a robe of colors to Joseph, being his favorite child, the child of his old age. The brothers become jealous. Joseph reveals a dream he has to the brothers. He said to them, "Hear this dream that I have dreamed. Behold, we were binding sheaves in the field, and behold, my sheaf arose and stood upright, and behold, your sheaves gathered around it and bowed down to my sheaf." Joseph has yet another dream. The sun, the moon, the 11 stars were bowing down before me. Israel rebukes him, but keeps the saying in mind. Joseph sold by his brothers. Israel sends Joseph to check up on them in the field. A man tells him that he went to Dothan. The brothers conspire and throw Joseph into an empty pit. They sell him to Midianite traders heading to Egypt. Joseph sold to the Ishmaelites for 20 shekels of silver. Reuben's idea to save Joseph was to sell him because the brothers wanted to kill him. When Reuben returned to the pit and found out they sold him, he tears his clothes. They tell Israel a beast tore him to pieces. Meanwhile, the Midianites has sold him in Egypt to Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, the captain of the guard, Judah and Tamar. Judah has 3 children with a Canaanite woman named Shua, and Onan. Judah has 3 children with a Canaanite woman named Shua. His kids are named Onan, and Shelah. Judah takes a wife for named Tamar. Dies, Onan dies. Shelah to young to perform the duty of the brother-in-law. I guess that's the third one. So they wait. In the course of time, they have a daughter and she dies. Judah goes to Timnah. Tamar dresses up as a prostitute at the entrance of Enaim. Judah offers her a goat to go into her. She takes as security his signet, cord, and his staff. About 3 months later, Judah was told, Tamar, your daughter-in-law, immoral. Moreover, she is pregnant by immorality. And Judah said, bring her out and let her be burned. She shows him the staff, has twins named Perez and Zerah. I don't know if that one made sense to you. I'm just trying to shorten them up, so some of these might not make sense because I shortened them up maybe a little too much. Joseph and Potiphar's wife. Joseph is in his Egyptian master's house. Potiphar sees that God is with Joseph and puts him in charge of all that he has. Over time, Potiphar's wife tries to seduce Joseph to lay with her. Joseph refuses. One day, Potiphar's wife caught him by his garment, saying, lie with me. He runs away, leaving behind his garment. She lies to the men of the household and her husband about Joseph trying to lay with her. Joseph gets sent to prison where king's prisoners are confined. Joseph is put in charge of all the prisoners who are in prison. The Lord is with him, gives him success in whatever he did. Joseph interprets 2 prisoners' dreams. Sometime after this, the cupbearer and the baker commit an offense against the king of Egypt. The 2 are sent to prison where Joseph is. They continued for some time in custody. Joseph interprets dreams of the 2. Joseph interprets the cupbearer's dream to get his position back in 3 days. Joseph interprets the baker's dream to be hung on a tree in 3 days. Only remember me when it is well with you, and please do me the kindness to mention me to Pharaoh, and so get me out. Yet the chief cupbearer did not remember Joseph, but forgot him. Both dreams came to fruition. Joseph interprets Pharaoh's dream. Pharaoh has 2 dreams. Tries getting the magicians and the wise men to interpret them. The chief cupbearer remembers Joseph. Joseph brought before Pharaoh to interpret dreams. 7 good years followed by 7 years of famine. Joseph says, let 1/5 of the produce be stored up for the famine. Joseph rises to power. Pharaoh sees the Spirit of God is in Joseph, so he puts him in charge of the land. He's the second most important man in all Egypt besides Pharaoh. Pharaoh gives Asenath to Joseph as a wife. They have 2 children, first name Manasseh, second name Ephraim. The 7 years of plenty come to an end, and the 7-year famine began to occur. Moreover, all the earth came to Egypt to Joseph by grain, because the famine was severe over all the earth. Joseph's brothers go to Egypt. When Jacob learned there was grain in Egypt, he sends his son, except Benjamin. Joseph recognizes his brothers and tests them by accusing them to be spies, sends them all back with grain and their money, except he keeps Simon's confined until they bring him Benjamin. Jacob fears something's happening, bringing him great sorrow. Joseph's brothers return to Egypt. Now the famine was severe in the land, and when they had eaten the grain that they had brought from Egypt, their father said to them, go again, buy us a little food. All the boys go to meet Joseph. There's a feast at Joseph's house, and they're afraid. Joseph sees them all, including Benjamin. He weeps, comes back and eats, arranges their seating according to their birthright. They drank, and they were merry with him. Joseph tests his brothers. Joseph puts the silver cup in Benjamin's sack. They had gone a short distance from the city. Joseph's men bring them back, accusing them that they stole the cup. Come back, and Judah pleads to Joseph to keep him over the boy. Joseph provides for his brothers and family. Joseph reveals himself. They cry on each other's necks. Pharaoh is happy to hear his brothers came and invites Joseph's family to live in the best parts of Egypt. And Israel said, "It is enough. Joseph, my son, is still alive. I will go and see him before I die." Joseph brings his family to Egypt.